long before she ruled Halloween or haunted Shudder, long before Mistress of the Dark was a merch empire or a midnight movie mantra. Cassandra Peterson slipped into the skin of a very different kind of character. Not a vamp, not a witch, not a horror hostess in a beehive and fit, but May, the sharp-tongued, big-hearted, scene-stealing owner of a struggling Echo Park diner in the gritty, sun-drenched, achingly human 1985 indie drama Echo Park, a film that didn't just capture a moment in Los Angeles history. It captured Peterson proving quietly and brilliantly that she was so much more than Elvira. Directed by Robert Dornhelm and written by Michael Ventura. Adapted from his own novel, Echo Park is a mosaic of lives colliding in one of LA's most vibrant, volatile neighborhoods. Artists, addicts, dreamers, drifters, all orbiting each other like satellites around a dying star, searching for connection in a city that chews people up and spits them out with a smile. And at the center of it all, May's Diner, a greasy spoon with flickering neon, sticky counters, and a rotating door of lost souls. Run by Peterson's May, a woman who's seen it all, survived it all, and still serves coffee with a side of sarcasm and a secret stash of compassion. She doesn't wear a corset, she doesn't flirt with the camera, she doesn't crack jokes about bats or broomsticks, but make no mistake, this is pure Peterson. Grounded, magnetic, effortlessly commanding every frame she's in. Turning what could be been a thankless supporting mom friend role into the emotional anchor of the entire film. Whether she's snapping at a junkie, regular to get clean or get out, doling out life advice between pancake flips, or quietly watching over the film S Fractured Ensemble, including a young Susan Day as a disillusioned actress, Tom Pulse as a struggling writer, and James Woods in a rare, tender turn as a washed-up boxer. May isn't just serving pie, she's serving truth, and Peterson delivers it with the same timing, the same twinkle, the same IV been through hell and back, but I still look good doing it. Energy that would later define Elvira, just without the eyeliner. Well, okay, she still wears eyeliner. It's the 80s, the film itself, a critical darling but box office ghost, praised for its raw authenticity, its poetic dialogue, its refusal to glamorize AS underbelly, but largely forgotten by mainstream audiences who were too busy watching Back to the Future or The Goonies. And yet, for those who saw it, May became unforgettable, because in a film full of broken people trying to fix themselves, she was the one who didn't need fixing. Just space to be herself. Tough, tender, hilarious, and real. No camp, no cleavage, no cauldrons. Just Cassandra, proving she could hold her own against heavyweights like Woods and Day. Not by shouting, but by listening. Not by seducing the lens, but by owning it with quiet confidence. In retrospect, Echo Park is more than a forgotten indie gem. It's a Rosetta Stone for understanding Peterson's range. It's the proof that Elvira wasn't a fluke or a gimmick. She was an extension. A fantastical, fabulous exaggeration of the same wit, warmth, and wisdom Peterson brought to May. And while Hollywood didn't know what to do with Echo Park in 1985, time has been kinder. Film scholars now cite it as a precursor to the 90s indie boom, a love letter to pre-gentrification, L.A., and for Peterson fans, a holy grail. The rare glimpse of the woman behind the mistress, flexing muscles no horror host gig ever asked her to use. So next time you think of Cassandra Peterson, don't just picture the gown, the grin, the graveyard gags. Picture May, leaning against the diner counter at 3 a.m., pouring coffee for a lost soul, rolling her eyes at the chaos, and whispering, "Honey, if you think this is rock bottom, you haven't seen my ex." That's the magic of Echo Park. That's the soul of Cassandra Peterson, not hiding behind Elvira, but revealing herself, one perfectly timed line, one perfectly poured cup of coffee at a time.